Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's video is a Lego build, this time from the Marvel team, as you can see in front of you, which I'll zoom into it in a second. We have this Daily Bugle Lego set number 76178, rated for 18 plus. This has 3,772 pieces. It's like I said, from the Marvel team. This was released in 2021. I believe in June. Just been holding on for a while for it. I'm going to build it and add it to my Lego city. It will be a nice addition. I believe this one has 25 minifigures, as you can tell here. 25 of them, different ones, different Marvel heroes, I guess. Spider-Man, I guess there's a Punisher, Daredevil, Mysterio, Blade, Dr. Octopus, Venom, Carnage, Peter Parker, Aunt May, Gwen Stacy, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to read them all, but they're all here. The box itself shows you across the Daily Bugle. There's a cab here, different heroes, villains from the Marvel comic, as you can see here. I believe it has 1, 2, 3, 4 stories with the red escape ladder stairs. The back of it shows you the back view. As you can see, there's four levels here, compartments, and I believe they open up from the front, and they come up as a modular. You can take every floor from the next, or you can just open the front compartment, the front I guess panel, and have access to the interior of it. So you can access it two different ways, but I believe it was built, as you can tell here, with the hole here. It can be attached to other modulars. Let me just zoom in here real quick. There you go. You can see here that yellow piece, the brick, is one way to attach to it. So yeah, so there's a lot of things going on here. Let me see what else I want to show you. Yeah, so that's pretty much what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna just show you the side of it. Nothing much going on here. Just showing you some of the interior stuff of it. And on this side, there's nothing here. So yeah, it seems like it's a very crowded crowded set. A lot of things going on here. A lot of superheroes, villains. So I like that. It's gonna be a nice addition to my Lego city. Now there's a twist to it. So I want to first zoom into the information in case you want to capture it. So you can say here 76178, 3,000 and change pieces, and it's called the Daily Bugle. Now here, of course, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna mark this one. Meaning, what I mean by that, I'm not gonna build exactly the way the instruction is gonna call out to it. I'm gonna be using these extra pieces. I believe there's 51 of these pieces, the 1x1 dark bluish gray, and I believe 51 of these plates, which is dark bluish, and of course whatever came with the set, I'll be using them to modify it. I found some instructions how you can make it look a much better, I guess, look to be able to make it look like the other modular buildings, which I'm going to utilize that. So I'm going to be building it not exactly the way it's going to look here. There's going to be some changes to it. I believe it's going to be lower here. It's going to still be the same floors, but I think the back of it will look different. I believe the sign is not going to look longer than the building. I think it's going to be different. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know still exactly how it's going to look like. I never digested the instructions, but for the mock. But all I know that I need is to have this whole set and these parts I showed you, 51 and 30 and 31 between the plates and the 1x1 brick. The instructions, I believe I got them that will allow me to modify the build. I got them from Rebrickable. Please follow. I'll have all the information for you in the description if you're very much interested to modify your Daily Bugle. By all means, you could do so, or otherwise you could just build it the way Lego instructions tells you to build it. But Anyway, with no further ado, let's go ahead and start building. So everyone, I'm at last done with the build. I had to build this actually twice, which I'll get to in a second. But I had to be far away so I can capture the whole building, because it's a tall building. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 stories and the roof. So apologize if it's far away, which I'll zoom in a second. But I just wanted to show you the big picture. So yeah, so the build is done. This is the box. It comes with the manual. The pile of parts here. These are the extra pieces that I did not have to use, since I did not go with the blasted window. Based on the instructions, I kept it whole because this is going to be part of my city. So I thought it will be a better presentation that way. The booklet is pretty much nice thick book here. Nothing fancy about it. The coloring is great. The beginning of the book, as always, reserved for talking about the Marvel and the Bugle Tower. I mean, other than that, it just shows you how many bags are there, and that's pretty much it. Nothing crazy there. Even the first 2-3 pages only talks about the characters, the Marvel characters. If you're a Marvel fan, I don't consider myself a Marvel geek. I just know a bit, but not that too much. Half of them I don't even know who they are. So yeah, and then it talks about the design and the Daily Bugle and things like that. But that's pretty much it compared to other Lego sets where they reserve quite a few pages about the set itself. But yeah, this is the book. Nice and helpful, of course, as always. The box, nothing crazy there, like I said. But I just wanted to keep it here for a second to show you that the build, when you want to build it, you have to, the instructions are to build it based on the exploded window, which looks like that, which I decided not to go with that, and hence why I have all these extra pieces. Another thing I tweaked a bit is the top, the roof. As you can tell, the Daily Bugle here is one whole word, and I found it very silly, in my opinion. Just too much compared to the size of the building. The width of it did not show a proper perspective to the building. I just felt it's too huge compared to the building. So I just had to tweak it a bit to my standards, I guess. So which means I did it this way. Let me just go back here. As you can tell, I made the wording go sideways. By doing so, just give it a better perspective. So you have the Daily on this side and the Bugle on the other side. So I think I felt it looked better that way. That was one addition I did differently than the instructions. And at the bottom of it, of the building, I just went and added I believe that's the horn here, which is part, if you look at the way it should be built, back to the box for a second there, you could say the horn was supposed to be between them. I believe it's a horn here. Oh, not the horn. Yeah, I guess it's a horn. So yeah, so I elected to put it down here at the top here, just give it a better look for the building. I think it's much better that way. Again, that's my personal opinion. You guys, you can build however you want. I did add a couple of the characters here just to show how they look like. Firestar is here, flying around, saving the day. So yeah, that's kind of cool that they give you these options to add some of the characters. The Lego set do come with 25 characters. Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Firestar or Starfire, Sandman, the Venom, and so on and so forth. Of course, the Punisher and Gwen and the whole 9 yards. Some of them I don't even know who they are, but these are all the characters that comes with it. So I'm not going to read all the names, but you can see here they are. Yep. So nice big box. I'm going to just move the box now since I'm done with that. Like I said, I did go ahead and did a couple of tweaks. Back to my original question, why did I have to build it twice? Well, the reason I had to build it twice is I was trying to mark it by making it look skinnier in here, based on some people who did it. What I mean by that is I wanted to just keep it that floor, the bulk of the first floor, and then the second, third, and fourth, I just kept them narrow. I thought it would look, of course, nicer based on what I saw. But then after I built it, I don't know, I just felt it's too skinny, and I just said, you know what? And then I try not to mess a lot with the Lego sets. I like to keep them original because that's the whole idea why I buy them. If I want to duplicate them or whatever the case is, then I'll just make a mark, right? I'd rather do that. So I went back and I rebuilt it again from scratch, the way the instructions, with the addition of course, I just the only modification I did was I just modified the sign, the Daily Bugle, to look like that, and of course I just added the horn at the bottom, and other than that, everything should be the same, intact. And of course, yeah, I did not build the blasted window, so just to show the scene of what's his name, the Green Goblin, coming out of, I believe, Peter Parker's apartment, if I'm not mistaken here. So yeah, that's the only thing. I rather left it that way. It became too crowded by doing it that way. So I went ahead and I added the Green Goblin, just flying out of the top of the building over there. If you can see him right now, there he is. Yeah, so I did add some of the characters. Like I said, the building is nicely. It's a fun build. Took me a few days. Took my time in it. Like I said, built it twice also. So it does that. It comes, like I said, with 25 minifigures. It comes with two vehicles: the taxi, the cab, New York cab, right? And it comes with this vehicle, whatever it is, and this supposedly have a place for it to be at the building over here. So it could actually just attach here, and that's, I guess, going on the building, which I'm not going to do. It just doesn't look right, especially when I want to put it in Lego City. So that's that. Everything you can access. This is like a modular build. So like I said, I did put some of the characters. Let me move these away. I'm going to end up putting the rest later. So I do have Sandman here, and I can't remember her name. I believe her name is Aunt May. She's running away in the opposite direction. I think Peter Parker is like, oh crap, I see Sandman here. I have the Daredevil jumping out. Of course, Peter Parker is already changing up there, being chased by what's his name, the Dr. Octopus, and of course the Green Goblin on that side. Then you have Mysterio is here. I did add some of the characters just to show a couple of things. And then we have here at the back the Punisher, and I believe that's Carnage. I do mix Carnage and Venom. One of them is Venom, one of them Carnage. I believe Venom is a black one, the Carnage is a red one. Yep, and then I don't know what that lady is called. Black Cat, I don't know. I know of Catwoman, but that's a DC. I believe, is it DC? Yeah, DC, Catwoman and Batman. So I don't know who that is. So yeah, like I said, I'm not familiar with everybody. There you have Blade climbing the stairs. And then I don't know who that Spider Ham, I guess. I don't know what that is. So these are some of the characters. I just tried to put them around the building. The building, like I said, is a modular building, so you could access it just like a typical modular building, which means you can just pick up the floors, or you can access it from the front. The panels do come off, which I will take them off in a second, just to show you the details of it. Of course, at the top floor, the bottom floor, you have the entrance of the building. It has a sliding door. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit to demonstrate what I mean by that. So this is the front door. Sorry about that. Trying to zoom in so I can show you the best. Okay, there we go. So you have a sliding door. I like the technique of this. So you have the door here. It has a handle, and you can just slide it in and out. So right now it's closed, and then I can open it that way, and so on and so forth. So that's the entrance of the building, the lobby. It does have on the side a connection point if you want to connect it to the modular, the other building. You have two connection points here, and you have at the same time two connections over here, so I could attach it to other modulars. You have the staircase, typical building with the safety first, right? You have the newsstand at the bottom, which is kind of cool, you know, with some newspapers. And just to show you a bit from the outside, you have the fire hydrant, electrical box, some boxes. You have some spider web here. You have trash cans. And then you have the air conditioning unit here, and there's another one at the top floor there. And you have some signs with Jana Jameson. Where is Spider-Man, I believe, always about the facts. And then you have some more billboard signs at the front of the building. Again, news-related signs or billboard. So that's pretty much from the outside of it, just to give you a quick overview. You have at the top, of course, of the building, we have the Daily Bugle sign. You have a water, I guess, reservoir, and you have the tower for communication. It's a news building at the end of the day, so they should have that. You have an access point here for playability standpoint. It's packed with a lot of things you could play with, especially with having 25 characters. You can do different scenes if you want. So this comes off just like that, and then you can access the building from here or do some scenes. Of course, you could build it also with the window blast from Peter Parker's apartment. You could also do that, which will give it another nice look from what I'm seeing on the box. Like I said, if you choose to do so, that's another nice one. You have Sandman built in a way that he's coming out from the sand, bringing sand with him and chaos. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how we're going to do that. Like I said, this is the first time I'm going to try to open it up because I did build it, but I didn't test all the stuff. So I'm just going to unpop this here just like that. And I think the octopus guy can come out this way. So this is the roof, which we will get back to it in a second. I'm just going to put this back here. I'm going to move it away, so out of the camera view. I'm going to just stay on focusing on the first floor or the lobby. Here we have the way they pop out is, let me just show you since I'm doing it from the top to get to the bottom. All you do is you just pull the panel that way, backward, and you just take it out and bingo. There comes the panels. I like that. Instead of just removing the whole floor. Of course, I think I overpressed it here. There we go. And that comes up. Same thing I'm going to do here. I'm just going to pull this back just like that, if I'm not mistaken. And the panel comes off. And that's supposed to be the blast panel where Green Goblin will be coming off. But I chose not to change it. I kept it the same. The instruction doesn't tell you how to do it. By the way, just to tell you that. It shows you how to build it with the blast window. But if you follow the instruction of the previous panel, I think you'll be in good shape. Same thing, just going back here. If you see, I'm just gonna put it like that and it comes off with the billboard signs. Okay? So here I have all my panels pulled off. I'm just gonna put them in order so I can put them back. And now, I believe the first floor does not come off. Yeah, that's where I don't think I can take it off. If I do so, I'm going to destroy it. But I do like to show you, I don't know if the whole thing comes off. So I'm going to take the whole floors off, which I was hoping not to do so, but I realized that the bottom one panel doesn't come off, which makes sense actually. So I'm just going to take it off. Very simple. It just comes off like that. By the way, the stairs here do actually fold up, but I have blades standing on it, so I'm not going to do so. So I'm just going to put this aside for a second, so I don't drop it. And we're going to focus on the first floor, spend a few minutes on the first floor and the details of it. So there you go. So that's the first floor, nicely built. I like it. It has the main lobby entrance. And I'm just going to pull the camera and go to it. And there we go. So looking from the top view, you have the entrance. I guess you have the checkpoint for security. I'm just going to take this wall off and I'm just going to show you the inside of it. So there you go. So you come from the entrance, which is just right here. Let me just open the door real quick if I can find the knob. Of course I can't now because I want to open it. And why things happen when you're recording. Here we go. So you see my finger, there's my entrance. I'm coming in. So when you enter, you have like a soda machine over here, the soda machine, and then you have a seating waiting area just right here, the seating area, and behind it there's like a shelving with news. right? So that's nice. So that's one side of it. Nothing on the wall here. Then you have the screen playing the news, which is typical, right? We are in a news building. So there you go. And then at the end of it, over here, you have some wall, I guess, news bulletins. You have like a table with some stuff on it, like a trophy or whatever the case is. And then you have the elevator at the back. I'm just going to move this aside and show you. There's the elevator. Let me zoom into it. So you have the elevator here. I like that with the buttons. Of course, it's not functional, by the way, just FYI. It's just a show representation of an elevator. And then you have the desk with the door that buzzes you in if you're allowed to enter the building. I don't think I can reach it, but if you see there's a door here. Let me see if I can reach it. There we go. See, that's the door there. It opens up and closes. If I want to do it from the top, sorry for my hand, there you go, it opens and closes. And then you have the red light to show if you're allowed to go in. And then you have the green light above the door, which takes you to the exit. And you have an exit over here with some trash cans and light and so on and so forth. There's a hidden compartment here. I guess Peter Parker, when he changes to Spider-Man, he does put his stuff in here and he put the web to hold it in place. I like that cool representation because that's actually accurate. He does that. So this is pretty much the first floor. I don't think I'm missing any detail that I need to show you. So yeah, nice detail, simple details, but I like it. You know, showing the lobby part. So now I'm gonna go and put this back on the stand and attach the other floors, since now they are being I removed the front facade of them, we don't have to break them apart. We can just talk about them while looking at them. So I'm just gonna put this wall back. There we go. And now we have the first floor fully assembled. The newsstand, nothing to talk about here. Typical newsstand. Like I said, nothing, just news and the person selling newspapers. So there you go. You have Peter Parker here before changing to Spider-Man in a shocking face. Like they have a two-face. I'm gonna now bring back the rest of the building, and I'm gonna just attach it back here, just like so. All you do is just line it up and you just clip it. And I think I dropped Venom, which is fine. He's an evil guy anyway. Venom goes back somewhere later. I'm not gonna worry about him now. So there's your building, fully secured and where it should belong. So going back to the second floor, as you can tell, like I said, the staircase, the rest staircase on the side, there's no access point to them, they're for show, but it's a nice representation, right? I mean, if this had to be a nice mark, detail mark, you would make sure they have doors coming in and out. But like I said, a limitation on what do you call that, parts. Because if I want to start doing all these details, instead of 3,700 parts, we'll end up in 6,000 parts. So let's focus now on the second floor. So I'm going to go to the second floor. And the second floor is very well detailed. It's an office space, as you can see here. There you go, office space. There's multiple desks. There's like a kitchenette area here with a coffee machine, some drawers. There's some pictures up there, over here, and there's access to the staircase. There's your elevator, which looks like an elevator. I mean, there's an elevator, but non-functional one. And there's, I think, 1, 2 over here, and there's 3. There's 3 offices. I mean 4. Sorry. There are 4 desks with different keyboards and representation there of a newspaper establishment. And they have all these screens here tracking all the news everywhere, and some news bulletins on the walls, and so on and so forth. And the newspapers here lying on the floor. And so I do like the details. Nice details here, not very plain. Now if you go up to the next floor, that's where Spider-Man, I believe, I would say, works, or whatever the case is you want to call it. There's 2 rooms here. So this is the office. I don't know if he works here or was like supposed to mean here, but there's a desk here with a phone on it, Spider-Man picture. Uh, at first, I thought it was Peter Parker's apartment, but then I realized when I saw a copy machine and you know the filing cabinet in the office, then it just came to me that I was mistaken here. So anyway, so here you have another room with some photocopy machine, access to the elevator, a spider web, and a spider here. So you know, so that's pretty much it. And then to the last floor, we go up here. There's two rooms over here. One, there's a desk, and actually there's two desks here, and then there's a TV showing the news. And I believe this desk, the one on my left, is Jonah Jameson desk, the guy who always want to know the identity of Spider-Man. I believe he resides in this desk here, so I will end up putting him here on display, and I'll see who I'm going to put over here. So yeah, and then of course, last but not least, you have the roof. I thought I'll show you here better. The roof, like I said, not very much detailed, but at the same time not plain. They really put some couple of things here, like the water reservoir and the communication tower. And then you, of course, you have the, for me at least, the marked Daily Bugle sign. So I just wanted to do it in a different way. So that's pretty much in a nutshell what do we have here. So now to go ahead and make everything, you know, put back everything, it's not that difficult. Like I said, we just reverse what we did before. You just put the thing here on the two studs, you just line it up, and you push it back, and you make sure it clicks here. There we go. So that's already secured. And then we repeat the same function on the other ones, and you just put it here and you push it backwards, and there we go. You already have that. Now since I already have this place open up, I'm just gonna throw the big guy here, Mr. Jonah Jameson, whatever his name is, and then I'm just gonna fix the desk while at it. Sorry about that. And there's your desk, and then I'm gonna just bring back my last face, and then I'm just gonna put this here. And then of course, last but not least, you bring the roof and you pop it back on here. And there you have it. The building is all back the way it was. Bingo. And then I'm gonna zoom out a bit and then come backward again just to show you the whole picture. Does not do it justice. So yeah, nice building, like I said. Can't wait to put it back, to put it in my Lego city. Looking forward for it. I think it's going to be a nice addition, along with other buildings I have, like the Doctor Strange Sanctuary, the Mark one I have, that I have a video for, and actually the one that's released by Lego. So they'll complement each other in my Lego city. So yeah, so that's pretty much about the Daily Bugle Lego set. So wrapping it up, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That will help my channel grow in the Lego community. Hit that like and share button so that way you don't miss other videos. And please leave comments, what you like to see different, what you like not to see. I always read my comments. And last but not least, if you're not following me on Instagram, please do so. And till next video, let's keep building.